Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It has certainly been a bit of a whirlwind since I last had a video on the channel, but today we're going to kind of walk you through why I was on a little bit of the quiet side for a little bit. And we're also going to take you through a pull session at the new gym, Pursuit of Progression. A huge thank you to Naomi and Liam for setting up this gym for just the best community going forward. So I'm excited to take you on the journey with growth of this gym and obviously me being involved with it, so I'm very excited for that. So why have I taken so long to upload another YouTube video? So obviously last year, when you last saw me, I was 12 weeks out from the New York Pro and Pittsburgh, but unfortunately I had to pull out due to personal circumstances. I won't go into those in detail, but it was just not the right time. So I went into an off season. I switched my coaches from Tom Haynes at Evolution Training to Callum, who is obviously pro coach. There was no animosity or anything like that. It was just simply our time, because I've been with Tom for almost 11 years. So we needed, and we both agreed that we needed a bit of a fresh approach going into this season. So I completed an off season with Callum, and now I am coming up to 8.5 weeks out of the first show of the season, which will be the Ultimate Classic in Louisiana on May 30th. From there, I'll then go to Toronto, which is June 14th. And just see how the season goes. My body's completely new. It's completely new. Like, I've added tissue on my frame. I'm much more dense this time round. So it'll be really, really exciting to see the end product. It's been a completely stress-free prep this time round. I'm back full-time coaching, full-time bodybuilding, which has made a massive, massive difference. So, and now I've got this brilliant new environment to be training out of. I am still obviously with Trained by JP, so please use my code SARA10. That is still a very strong relationship. I am very blessed to be alongside JP. It's just I've just switched to a different environment for the time being, so I can really get the most out of my prep. But yeah, I'm super excited to see what the final product is, see how we look. As I said, it's completely new physique. So keep an eye on my Instagram. I'll be uploading more on my YouTube because you guys have asked for it. So I promise you I'll bring you more stuff, not even if it's with lads, just from myself at home doing day in the lives and stuff. As I said, you guys have asked for it, so I want to kind of take you on the journey a little bit more so than what I did previously. But yeah, apologies for the dead noise, but now we're back in action, feeling much better than I was previously and ready to go. And today we've got a full session, 8.5 weeks out from Louisiana Optimum Classic. Let's get it. One sec, bitch. You'll also notice from the last video, my hair has grown substantially. It's more of a mop than anything nowadays. People want the short hair back, but I've committed so much time to this flock of hair that I just refuse to cut it now.
Is it being warrior braided?
Yes, absolutely. See, people ask me why I braid it, and then they're like, oh,
don't braid your hair because it looks better X, Y, and Z way. Like,
people love the short hair that I debuted with. But in all honesty, it costs so much, guys, to get your hair and makeup done at these shows. When I braid it, I can just keep it as it stays in for a week, and it's just easier to maintain and manage when you're flying and stuff like that. So that's the secret behind why I have my braids in. It's just financially easier, and it's easier to deal with when you're traveling and on stage and shit. You just have to get your head tanned, which is fine, because you don't want a white head when everything else is tanned. So yeah, that's why I've kept my long hair. So actually, I haven't had any drop-offs with training progression. I am still seeing progression in my training. Dead. I had a stroke halfway through that sentence. I am still seeing progression within my training, which is really good. Obviously, when you start using anabolics and stuff, you're going to have a bit of a boost from that. We've literally just put Primo in, maybe like a week or so ago. Naturally, you get a little bit of sort of, I guess, an aid with that. When that goes in, get a little bit of a boost, which is nice. But even before the Primo, minus the injuries, which obviously last time you guys would have saw me if you followed me on Instagram, I had a bit of an elbow niggle and I pulled my quad slightly, but through the correct management and use of specific peptides like BBC, TB, and some appropriate rehab, we're back to almost 100% with those. So yeah, in a good place, training's still progressing, and it's a good place to be when it comes to going into the back end of preps, because obviously what built it will maintain it. So you still want to see some good weights being lifted. Obviously towards the back end of prep, you want to be a little bit more mindful because you are very lean. The risk of injury is much higher. But even then, if you're smart about the way that you train, you'll be good throughout prep. You'll be able to maintain the muscle that you've built, and it'll bring a much fresher look. Like when you guys have followed me with previous preps, the training now is very different to what I was doing back then. Back then, thinking about it, probably a little bit stupid. Whereas now, it's very accurate, it's very controlled, it's very focused. And plus as well, I'm not much older, but I'm older. So recovery capabilities are different. My approach to things is different. Training much smarter nowadays than just being a reckless idiot in the gym, which I think it's important that we all do that. But I think as we grow up, as we gain more experience, we still train hard, but we just have more accuracy within our training. My split from the last time you saw me, guys, has not changed. So I've been on the split for about 2 years now, maybe just under. And that also says that you don't need to constantly change your split. If training is working, obviously there's been tweaks here and there, but the training split itself has never changed because it works and it's got me to where I need to be. It's brought up the areas that need to be improved. And as you guys would know, it was my posterior chain that Mannion and all the head judges wanted to see improved, and we've done that. So it's very much just about continuing on what works and what benefits me as an athlete and what has built the tissue that I've grown over the past, however long it has been in an off season, and bringing that new package to the stage. So the training now is just so different to when I was in last prep, and like I said, it's going to bring a much fresher look, which is, I'm excited to see. Yeah, buddy.
Physique is fine in prep so far. Like,
Yeah, good. Like, it's responded in a much better way because, one, I'm not stressing about what I'm seeing on the scale, because previous preps I've been my mood's been very dictated by the scale, which I know a lot of you guys will be able to relate to. And this year, I'm very much just let it do what it needs to do. And I think because I've not been stressing over that so much, it's related to much more consistent drops. I'm more chilled, a much fresher look, because the impact stress can have on our body can be night and day. So if we can keep stress as low as we can, the body's only going to be far more responsive. So it's been really good, and it's been really interesting so far, because even from moving from coach to coach, like this, prep, the basis of prep is still the same, right? Drive the deficit, all that stuff. But the way that Callum goes about things is just slightly different, and it's really fun to experience that, especially when you've been with a coach for a long time. I owe Tom a lot. So like he was, me and him are very, very close still. Again, there's no animosity leaving him, because everyone seems to think there is, but there isn't. And learning new things from different coaches, it's been like being a first timer again, which is really exciting. And I'm literally just in such a good place now. I've created that circle of people I want around me. The environment is much better. Everything is just going so smooth and my body looks so much better for it. So, it's going to be exciting, like I said, to see what the final product looks like, especially with the change in training into prep and just the way that Callum approaches things. So yeah, it's going to be fun. And obviously with a first coach, for Callum it is all new, even though me and Callum worked a little bit together on my training, because he's got full reign of everything now. It will be interesting to see how he approaches peak week with me and things like that, really. So I'm excited to experience all of that, and it should be really exciting. So hopefully we'll get the O qualification, but at the end of the day, I'm a firm believer that when it's my time, it's my time. We'll get it when we get it, and then just go from there. If we don't get it this year, that's okay. Yeah, I'll be upset, but we simply just go back to the drawing board and start again. Or we go into the O, have some fun, and then go in the off season after that, making sort of progress to my physique and improving areas that we get feedback on. So yeah, it's going to be exciting, and I'm more than ready for it. So it's going to be good. Yeah, buddy. So with this one, this is more upper back. Like I said to you, that one's more lat in the direction of my elbow, whereas this one, overhand, thinking about wrapping my shoulder blades around my T-spine, just hits more mid-back, mid-traps, rhomboids, all of that good stuff, just from the way that I'm driving my elbow back. So as you'll see, it'll be like lat, upper back with these movements, because that's just the way Callum wants me to do it. And I like that setup because you're hitting multiple areas of the back as you go through the session, and that's what the judges wanted, was more back. So that's what we've been doing.
Are you gonna say it?
Baby. Oh, he's being really sweet, and then he was like, yeah, but you are fucking short, aren't you? And I was like, no shit, Sherlock.
How tall are you?
5'2". I'm sure, I think I'm 5'2". You are small. Hey, best things come in small packages, you know? So, fuck anyone that hates my vertically challenged self. Like, now, I know some people are gonna be like, why are you gym pinning at 2.5? Ah. Because it goes up weirdly. So it's like from, I think it goes from like 64 to 71. I don't want to go to 71, all right? Steady increments.
Is this your way of telling people to get a fucking life?
Yeah, it is, yeah. Nah, I'm only kidding. Or am I? Right, so this is, again, lat, upper back, lat. So with this, I'm really focusing on, again, driving into my hip. I'm not coming high. I'm thinking about really driving the elbow into the hip. More lat stuff. Let's get it. Don't need to overcomplicate shit. As long as your elbow is going in the right direction, you're hitting it. Oh. Nice. So this will be 2 sets of 8 to 12. We changed it to 2 straight sets of 8 to 12 because it was upsetting my elbow. So instead of kind of working between 2 rep ranges, we just thought it'd be better to just keep to straight sets and just focus on accuracy within the set. And at this moment in time with prep, and as close you get to prep, it is just about trying to maintain the weight that you've established over the off-season. As I said earlier, what built it will keep it. So just becoming better at performing those movements is going to be far better, especially at the end of the prep, where you're not going to be able to move the same weights as well because you're going to be lean, injury risk is going to be there, like I said. So execute as well as you can to maintain that muscle instead of being like, oh, I think I can just slog on an extra 5 kilos and actually just put yourself at a higher risk. Much like now, like I'm just going up with small increments because why would I want to go to 71 and just be fucking sloppy as piss and have it all go through my biceps when actually I can just go up in small increments, still stay nice and accurate within it, and then perform better. Now, obviously, I have always said body language towards the end of a set is fine. At the end of a set, you don't want to be starting super limp. You want to make sure that you're locked in, you're performing the exercise as the way that you want to be performing it and the way that you want to be, getting the most out of it. You don't want to be just throwing lugging weight around. Like I could probably lift quite a lot more on this, but it's just going to be a waste. It's going to be a waste of energy. It's just going to go through my arms and it's not going to hit my back in any way. And that is the biggest thing that I've changed in this off season is actually lifting. I mean, I've always lifted, I've lifted for fucking years now, but actually lifting with intention. So lifting and knowing actually what works. And as you grow and you experience and go through sessions and learn from people, and you'll know that, yeah, you can lug weight around. It's a bit of fun from time to time. Like, don't get me wrong. I do just have one of those fucking crazy sessions if I want to, but they're once in a blue moon because I'm so locked into getting things perfectly right that are going to benefit me in the long run. So it's about taking small victories and getting better and more effective and efficient at what you're doing than just lugging things around and wasting your time. Because like I said, the likelihood of me lifting more and not getting any in my back is high if I went and just threw a load of weight on. And like I said, that's been the absolute game changer that's added to my growth this year, is actually lifting with intention, A to B, instead of just fucking lugging weight around and wasting time. Go back to see those videos of Conor McMillan and you'll see exactly what I mean. But that was a time in my life where I really was just learning and just hungry for it. And I'm not saying I'm not hungry now, but being older, and yes, I'm not old, I'm almost 30, but I couldn't do that now because I would just turn into dust. So it's about knowing how to approach things, how to be better at things, and changing the way that I train has been an absolute game changer. So accuracy, utilize body language when at the end of a set, when you feel like you just want to get a little bit more out, but think about actually what am I moving, how am I moving it, and am I hitting the muscle with intention? Yeah, buddy. Now, I'm leaning back a little bit more because if I sit up all right, if I sit up super tight, what? If I sit up all the way upright, then it touches the top. So I lean back just a little bit more, but the elbow drive's the same concept as what it was on the T-bar row. Mid-back instead of into the hip. Think about a scapula coming around my T-spine. That's what I'm thinking of when I'm doing these. Yeah, buddy. I do find in prep though, when you're like going for like a set, when it goes, it just goes. You know what I mean? Like you're like, yeah, I've got a couple more, and you just don't. But that's okay, because it's okay. Yeah, yeah, I'm 8.5 weeks out, guys. It's just gonna be my excuse. That's one thing as well, like, people are on prep and you're gonna get tired, like it's just fucking inevitable, because you're in a deficit, you're doing a harsh diet, it is what it is, you're getting down to really low body fats, but it's how you approach the really hard days, right? And me and Az were saying this before we started filming. You know, we're too busy to stop and be like, oh, I'm really fucking tired. Yeah, we're tired, but you just keep busy, keep doing what you're doing. Like, my life now is so different from what it was a year ago. You know, my coaching is amazing. I'm building a brand that represents what I truly live for, and that's to stand the fuck out. Like, I've got an amazing bunch of clients, had an amazing circle of people. I'm sponsored by the best. Like, it is one of those things that has made such a difference going into this prep, that when the hard days do come around, what have I got to be upset about? You know what I mean? Just keep moving forward, stay nice and positive. Yeah, the hard days suck, but it's just how you approach them, you embrace them, they get you to where you want to be. And I know when I'm on stage, I'll just have done everything that I need to do. And then when you get on stage and you know you've ticked every box, that's what really counts. So yes, you'll have days where you'll slog, you'll have days where you can't sleep, all of these things, but embrace them. If you're a first timer and you're watching this, it's going to be hard, but prep will teach you so much about how far you can take yourself. And I know it's taught me a lot, and it'll also teach you how to appreciate the little things in life, like going for food or doing this or doing that. Like, it will really guide you into certain decisions that you might make, whether there's something that scares you, but you're like, actually, I've done X, Y, and Z. I know this is going to be easy. And you don't come about change if you don't push yourself to those uncomfortable regions. We never change staying in a comfortable manner. We change when we get outside of our comfort zone. So if you're going through prep right now and you're finding that those days are really hard, pick yourself up. It's another day, tick that box, and it's another day closer to that stage. And when you get on stage, the 5 minutes that you're on stage for is priceless. It really is the best thing in the world. So get through those hard days, carry some positivity, all that good stuff, and just enjoy it and embrace it. Gay. Yes.
Sorry, you
My knees.
you didn't say something.
Yeah, buddy. Nice. Yeah, so always the end of pull, end of push, and that's it actually. So we'll do two variations. On push, it's normally a machine read out, and then on pull, it's normally like a cable unilateral one. So yeah, again, I'm just thinking about really driving the elbow backwards, because obviously the rear delt is horizontal abduction, okay, so that's away from the midline of the body. And I was mentioning to you guys when we were talking about the machine fly, it's kind of about unengaging or disengaging your mid back and just directing on the rear delt. You don't need a massive range of motion to hit the rear delt. It's a small muscle. The minute you go kind of beyond this point, it's just gonna be all traps and you're not gonna get rear delt much anyway. It's like with a cable, you can sometimes get a little bit of a better range. You're coming more into the length end. Some of the machines can be a bit funny with how far you can go range-wise. But if we can get a good stretch on the rear delt and engage it back to a point where we're getting a good contraction, no further because it's just going to be trapped, then you're going to hit the rear delt in a really nice way. And I think cables do that. So it's always nice to have a bit of variation when it comes to hitting rear delts. Like, you're hitting them regardless of the machine that you use. Obviously, the way that you do it dictates how much you're getting from that movement, but just think, disengage the mid back. Utilize a range that will get a good amount out of that movement. Don't come too far back because it will be traps, and you'll blow up your rear delts. They'll be huge in no time. Yeah, buddy. That's that done. Sciencey stuff. Unless that stops axial fatigue. So little bollocks. So we're not going to failure on those where it's just working within the upper ranges because, again, this is still a little bit niggly through here. So I always err on the side of caution. And in all honesty, I don't really need any more arms. So it's not so much of a bad thing that I can't really train them fully. Triceps is fine. Biceps still a bit niggly, but they're better. So I'm adding in a little bit of like a few curls through the week just to touch it up, but it's not the end of the world if I can't train them fully. Like I've said to you before, guys, it's kind of like when you come to design like a program or whatever it may be, and you're taking a certain weak area of a physique and you're sort of creating a split base from them, it's where the volume is being delegated that's important to the areas that need to be brought up. So really with like biceps, I was maybe doing 4 sets a week for them. Triceps a little bit more, but biceps themselves, 2 to 4 sets a week is enough for me because I don't really need any more arms, because we also have to remember, guys, that bodybuilding is about symmetry and proportion. So my arms are quite a strong point of my physique. So if I grow them any more, they overpower my shoulders, and then my shoulders don't look big. And it's all about thinking, right, where do we need to bring up? Where can we put volume appropriately instead of just throwing volume everywhere? So a lot of my volume has been dedicated to my back, glutes, and hamstrings, and also some little bit of quad, because that's an area we want to bring up my sweep. And also, Banyan said more legs. So a lot of my volume's been like rear and then a little bit of quads. Everywhere else has been slightly low on volume because the volume's where it needs to be. So if you're a coach or if you're someone that coaches yourself and there's a split that you need to generate and need to create, but you don't know how to delegate that volume, take your weakest body parts and put the majority of the volume there. Like, obviously spread the volume throughout the physique because you don't want any body parts to wither away. But like, just think about if your back needs more volume, take the volume from the stronger sets and put them into the bigger sets. So again, for example, arms, 4 sets a week, so I can do maybe a couple of extra sets on back a week, that kind of thing. So it's all about delegation of volume and where you feel it needs to go and where it should be going, instead of just doing it willy-nilly. Also helps with recovery as well. Like, why would we waste energy on a body part that simply doesn't need the attention? Instead, we can place our energy into a body part that does. So if you're thinking about creating a split, or you have a coach or you're a coach or whatever, think about where you put your volume and whether it actually suits the goals of the athlete or what you want to achieve, and then obviously create the exercise selection from that. So that is that, guys. Pull done, dusted. As you would have seen, lots of different angles hit here, a little bit of biceps at the end, a little bit of rear delts. But that has been my pull session for, gosh, again, past year and a bit, almost 2 years. We've obviously changed a few little bits based on obviously the fact that I'm at a different gym now. And obviously I had the elbow issue, which we switched a few things around, rep ranges, etc. But generally across the board, the pull sessions and the split itself has stayed the same. Obviously, as we go through prep, we're just going to really try and maintain numbers and make sure that we're efficient within those sets and getting the most out of those sets while not putting myself in a position where I'm maybe going to injure myself, etc. So it's all about being smart with how you approach training now. And obviously now I'm a little bit older compared to the last time I competed, just about being and knowing my body a little bit more and what I've gained in experience and applying that to my training and stuff. But thank you so much, guys, for the support, and I'm sorry I've kept you waiting for so long. But obviously make sure that you follow me on my Instagram, smallbutmighty20. I have coaching spots available. They will not be open for much longer because I will shut down for the competition season. So if you want to get in, I believe, Laz, you've put my thing in the bio. Everything's in the right there. If you want to see anything else, pop a comment down below and I will make sure that I get on top of that. Or equally, message me on Instagram, drop me a DM, and let me know what you guys want to see, because this YouTube channel is for you. and I want to take you on the journey, and I want you guys to truly see what it takes to be a women's physique pro. So like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one.